Driving east along U.S. Route 4, before reaching its eastern end in Portsmouth, the road travels over a large body of water. Many drivers may not realize just how large.
It's actually known as New Hampshire's hidden coast because it's salt water, but you would never think 16 miles away from Portsmouth you would find salt water.
Great Bay is in fact one of the most recessed estuaries on the entire East Coast, almost 20 miles from the seacoast proper in Portsmouth.
It has 7 rivers that flow in and meet with the tidal waters, and that creates this incredibly rich environment.
So with Corey Riley of New Hampshire's Fish and Game and manager of the Great Bay National Estuarine Research Reserve, we had an opportunity to get out on the water and see for ourselves on a mild and picture-perfect fall day. For me, first time on the water in Great Bay. First impression, stunning.
Because it's this hidden jewel, it's not nearly as developed as many other waterways on the eastern seaboard, and that's another thing that makes it really special.
Part of that is the result of major preservation efforts over the past 30 years. Boat access is public but limited. The major challenges here remain.
The 2 things that are a huge threat to Great Bay are people loving the coast and continuing to move here and build in coastal areas, alongside with some of the impacts of climate change.
So we're very close now to the widest spot of the bay, right?
Yeah, right behind us here, it's such a diverse and productive area because there are so many different types of nooks and crannies.
And yet we don't have any company here.
We have it all to ourselves. It's true, it's the hidden gem.
Speaking of hidden gems, and we do mean hidden,
Gillies is one of those quintessential places. It's what Americana is made of.
Steve Kennedy and his wife Gina are the present-day owners of Gillies Diner, where the history goes back over a century. In 1974, the city of Portsmouth found a permanent location for the diner, named for legendary longtime former employee Ralph Gilly Gilbert. As ever here, it's no frills, hamburgers and hot dogs, and clearly, no complaints.
The hot dogs are great, the hamburgers are great. I mean, what do you want? It's a diner. I love it.
How long have you been coming to Gillies?
Well, since 1971. So that's a long time ago.
That's a lot of hot dogs.
It's not that nothing has ever changed here. Consider the Fry-O-Lator.
We never had French fries, even though it's a burger joint. People told me that Gilly wouldn't be happy, and I said, look, I have to do what's going to keep us in business for another 80 years.
And who wouldn't raise another dog to that?
There's your dog.
Only perfect. In the fall of 2020 in Milford, New Hampshire, Jerry Ann Boggess shared with us the Black Heritage Site honoring African-American novelist Harriet E. Wilson. More recently in Portsmouth, Boggess, executive director of the Black Heritage Trail of New Hampshire, led us to some of the most significant sites along the city's own Black Heritage Trail, starting with a site only discovered by accident in 2003 when a backhoe struck an old coffin.
For the first time, we had the physical evidence of enslaved people being here in Portsmouth and in New Hampshire.
Segregated in death, as in life, the area had been set aside centuries ago as the, quote, Negro burying ground. In 2015, the remains of those discovered were reburied. The entire block is now a memorial. At the historic William Pitt Tavern, an even grimmer legacy, slave auctions.
People are always shocked to find out that we had enslavement, and more shocked that we actually had auctions, just like in the South.
But Portsmouth also figured in the famous search for runaway slave Ona Judge, who stepped off a ship here in 1796, having escaped her servitude to none other than George and Martha Washington. Boggess led us to the home of former New Hampshire Governor John Langdon.
Washington is trying to find his escaped slave. She wasn't here, but she was in Portsmouth.
Right.
Washington sent an aide to meet here with Langdon and to hatch a plan to trick Judge into boarding another ship. Judge avoided capture, but was never technically freed, settling into a difficult life in New Hampshire, only miles from Portsmouth.
But never caught
Never
either.
caught. It's a great story on the deep desire for freedom. She would rather have lived the way she lived than stayed enslaved to the Washingtons.
Ona Judge lived the remaining days of her life near Portsmouth. She married, had 3 children, and died at age 75 in 1848. The Black Heritage Trail of New Hampshire offers both guided and self-guided tours in Portsmouth. They include the Langdon House, where Washington Secretary stayed while trying to recapture Judge, who, as we said, was never caught.